Hey guys! This is going to be the first out of 3 videos showing how I made the horse/unicorn. As I mentioned in a previous video, it was pretty difficult to record because the camera is in the way of me working, so the clips may not be the best quality, but you're able to see what's going on, and I'll do my best to explain what I'm doing throughout the process. It may be helpful to you if you have already seen my doll sculpting tutorial, as a lot of the materials and techniques are the same, so I hope you'll enjoy, and let's get started. I started out by making a sketch of a horse in 1:12 scale to use as a guideline. I then made a wire armature. This was made the exact same way as in my doll sculpting tutorial, so I'll link that in the info box. Only difference is that this armature has a longer neck. I then covered it with tinfoil. This will allow you to use much less clay. You also don't have to worry about it being too thick to be baked properly, and the sculpture won't be as heavy. The clay I'm using is the new line from Fimo called Fimo Professional, and this is one of the doll clays. It says on the pack that you should bake it for a maximum of 30 minutes, but I made a small test piece and baked it for 50 minutes. And the result was the same as with other polymer clay brands I use. Baking it for longer makes it stronger. As you can see, I can bend the test piece without it breaking, and it just bends back into shape. This pack comes with 350 grams, and I used approximately 60% of the pack for the entire sculpture. First, you just want to cover the head with clay to create a base and then smooth that out. It doesn't have to be perfect because you'll be going over the same areas multiple times. I then added clay to build up the eye area and to build up the muzzle. Then mark off where you want the eyes and press them into the clay. The eyes I used are just pre-baked balls of the same clay I used for the rest of the sculpture. Now begin shaping the head and adding more layers of clay to the cheek area and elsewhere that needs more depth and curves. It's a good idea to use reference pictures, especially if you, like me, know nothing about horses. You should probably use pictures of the same breed, just from different angles. But to sculpt the head, I mainly used 2 pictures that were of very different looking horses, and then I kind of made some guesses myself as well. The tools I'm using to sculpt are my dotting tools, ball tools and needle tools. Later you'll see me using a lighter blue triangular or cone-shaped tool. That's a silicone tool I got in a pack of 5, I believe. They're meant for adding texture to paint on a canvas and stuff like that, so take a look in your local art supply store if you're looking for something similar. I also know that some polymer clay brands have different silicone tools as well. I find that it's easier to work on all areas of the head a little at a time instead of just focusing on the eyes before moving on to the muzzle, etc. Especially when sculpting a horse where you want to make both sides fairly symmetrical. And don't get discouraged if it doesn't look the way you want it to right away. It's polymer clay, so you don't have to worry about it drying out. Just take your time and use reference pictures as guidelines. When you're happy with the shape, you can define the muscles a bit more and smooth out any rough areas. I then added clay to the neck and smoothed out any seams before adding the final touches. That's it for the first video. I hope you enjoyed.